everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Points of Articulation. My name's Dave, and today we're looking at the Star Wars Titanium Stolen Imperial speeder bike with Paploo. So the size of this ship, it's a little over 3 inches in length, and I think that is a great size for this ship. Now, if you're wondering, where the hell did the Ewok get a speeder bike? This is actually ripped right from the scene in Return of the Jedi when Han Solo and his strike team needed some sort of diversion to break up the scout troopers. And a couple brave Ewoks jumped on some speeders and boom, here we go. Now, this is one of my favorite titaniums to look at because I find it to be very humorous. You know, love or hate the Ewoks, they do have a certain charm to them. And, you know, there's just something about the Ewok hanging on with his feet dangling that really makes me chuckle a little bit, you know. I think it's cool that Hasbro took the initiative and did something fun like this, instead of just giving us another Scout Trooper or a repaint of that. So we do have a lot to talk about. We're going to look at the mold, we're going to look at this nice paint job, put it on a stand, compare it, and then we'll be done. So let's get moving. Starting this review looking at the mold, we're going to take a look at the Ewok first, then the bottom of the ship and the top, and then we'll move on to paint. So let's get moving. And here we have the nice Ewok. We can see the painted eyes, the nose, the mouth is there. Screaming, by the way. Look at the teeth. Nice hair molded there. He has his hat. Little Ewok fingers, ears. Looking closer, you can see all that nice hair. Little feet. I love this so much. Bringing the Ewoks. Awesome job on here. You can see some stitching in his hat. Really nice attention to detail. That screaming face. Oh boy. So now let's look at the bottom of the ship. Alright, for the bottom of the ship, you may have been noticing that the two pedals here, I believe they are the altitude controls, they are not here at all. There's nothing hanging down here whatsoever. We have our copyright crap, 2 screws. Right here is the blaster, which is molded pretty nice, but underneath this is a screw. We have our stand port right there. We have the power core right here, which is done pretty nice. Sensor should be right here. Directional steering controls right there, and that came out pretty cool. Now, before I move on to the top of the ship, you can see some great details here. And there's actually a fan inside the power core. Pretty nice. And on this side we have some hoses and more of these pipes. Pretty nice. A lot of nice paneling on here as well. Curves, I should say. Okay, looking at the top, we have our directional steering again. Sensors, a little more detailed this time. Control panel here. We can see a little paint. Here we have our maneuvering controls. The Ewok, of course. Our seat. Back here we have a little wrapped up, looks like a tarp or blanket, you know, for supplies they need. Looking at the back here we have our thrust flaps, which are detailed pretty cool. And inside we have our engines, and you can see some great detail in there. A little difficult because it's all black, but there are 2 engines there and some detail in the center. Pretty cool. We have some nice detail in the maneuvering controls right here, the handlebars if you will. Pretty nice. So that does it for the mold, so now let's take a look at the paint. When it comes to the paint, we'll start with the Ewok. Of course, we have our browns and some sort of black wash on here to fill in all the hair. And we have a nice peach color for the feet and the fingers, tan on the ears, a yellowish tan for the face. Everything else is like a brownish color for the eyes, the mouth. The teeth are actually painted. They're like a little yellow. You can see where the teeth are. The mouth is more brown. And the underside is a tan color as well for his stomach. Now for the ship itself, the main color is a brown, as you can see. Lighter here, darker on the sides. A little black airbrush right there. Nice fade. Black for the front, black for the maneuver and thrusters. Black for the thrust flaps and the interior of the engine and the back. Light tan for this little blanket thing. Brown for the straps, which is pretty cool. Now underneath is again the same brown, and black for the blaster, black for this section, and the black and brown continue underneath this section here. Oh no, I think it's a nice paint job. especially on the Ewok. Well done. So that does it for the mold and the paint. So now let's put this bad boy on a stand, compare it, and then we'll be done for today. And just like all Star Wars titanium ships that we have looked at, it comes with a cool stand. See the port right there? Put the stand in the port like so, and you're good to go. And now for size comparison with the stolen Imperial speeder with Paploo. I have it next to the Star Wars titanium Jabba sail barge. Really interesting model there. And over here I have the Eagle Moss Enterprise C, and you can see how big they are compared to these. Now this ship, it's not perfect. I have a major gripe with it. Impulse engines. But for the most part, it is a nice looking ship. And, as a matter of fact, they all are. They all have some great strengths. And that does it today for my review of the Star Wars Titanium Stolen Imperial Speeder Bike with Paploo. Love or hate them, Ewoks are a part of Return of the Jedi, and I'm happy Hasbro took the initiative to give us an Ewok. I think it is very humorous, it's fun, and it does stand out in the collection. So, for the size of this, again, it's a little over 3 inches, which is a nice size, and it does fit in very well with the other speeder bikes. Now, for the pros of this, it is very unique, like I mentioned before. The Ewok sculpt is amazing, the speeder bike looks good, the paint is magnificent, nice and crisp, no bleeds or anything like that. Perfect. And I really don't have any cons for this. I actually do enjoy this ship very much. Now, if you're looking to buy this ship, I would strongly recommend eBay or online sellers because they do not sell this anymore in stores. I would recommend this for anybody who's a fan of Return of the Jedi, Ewoks, speeder bikes. It fits in well with the rest of the line, and it's a nice addition to the collection. So that's basically all I have to say about this ship. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed my quick review. If you did, hit that like button. If you would like to see new reviews every Thursday, subscribe. Again, thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everybody.